Thank you for tuning in to Rappers Playing Games, aka RPG. Today's guest is Axiom,
What's up?
who brought this amazing gift, Wu-Tang Shaolin style for
Hell
PS1.
yeah. That was my shit. I wanted to bring it to honor this moment.
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Cool. Alright, so I'm extremely excited that you brought this game over.
Yeah.
I've never played it before. I read about it as a kid. Parental lock feature.
Yep.
Fortunately, we came prepared. I wrote the code down.
That is great because the game, as dope as it is, you gotta have the blood.
You gotta have it.
You know, man, it's like that's part of the whole experience.
That's why it's got that mature rating.
Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I bought this game the day it came out. I mean, you know, I was a huge Wu-Tang fan.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, literally without being like hyperbolic, you know, I was the first person to buy the Wu-Tang album at the music store that I always shopped at.
Really?
As a kid, yeah.
How old were you?
I was 13 when it came out.
That's awesome.
So, you know, that's like, it was my shit. And my man, it was Camelot Music. You know, he had already been like bringing in East Coast stuff. So at that time, unlike most other people in San Antonio, I was like on the East Coast kid.
Uh-huh.
So when I was talking about Wu-Tang Clan, people were like, what the fuck are you talking about? Some Chinese rappers? Or,
oh, really?
Nah, man. Like Wu-Tang Clan. You don't know who Wu-Tang Clan is? Because Method Man, that actual video, even though they had put out Protect Your Neck first, was the one that really started getting circulation on major networks. So that Method Man video, like, oh, dude, I mean,
Method Man always kind of gets the credit for like
launching
them. Yeah,
I mean,
it's deserved.
I would say that's pretty close. Although, if you think about it, on the underground level, it generated some of that. But really, Cream is what put them on. And so, if you think about it, really, Inspector Deck and Raekwon the Chef are really the people that set it off.
That's
backed by a RZA produced track.
Credit where credit is due.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And so as much as I love Meth, like that was more of people as they started consuming Wu-Tang, Method Man transitioned into the favorite because you know it's like on. Oh yeah, let's get this.
Oh, let's get into it. Yeah. Here's the code.
All right.
We'll play some 2-player.
Yeah.
Yeah, this is a 4-player game too.
Yeah, dude. I'm telling you, in college, man, all 4 of us, we'd be just tearing this shit up.
This is so cool. I can't imagine like this is like new goals for me to be cool enough as a rapper that you're in a video game.
I'm telling you, like this and the Def Jam video game were about probably the only 2 that like really lined it out. I mean, but this was before the Def Jam thing, I'm pretty sure.
Yeah. I remember when this came out, how it was like a big deal. How it was like, wow, they're expanding their empire.
Yeah.
What stage is cool? I had to go with
this space. So dang long. Let's just do Under the Bridge.
All right.
Let's go. So let's see. You can't jump enough.
No jumps.
See, and we have no skills either because you like during the game is when you go learn how to do like certain combos.
Oh, okay.
And so those chambers that you saw in the options, the chambers and secrets, that's like different moves and combos.
Oh, okay.
So you get to a point where like with you can do like the golden, you know, Shaolin finger jab shit. And that's super devastating.
That's so cool. You know that they all have like I think RZA has like a full library of kung fu movies.
I'm sure, man. I would love to just stroll through those archives.
Oh, you knocked my head off!
There you go.
Oh, this is cool. Control response is pretty good too. This is decent. This is like a solid fighter.
And you get 3D movement too. You're not stuck to just 2 planes, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And then like I said, as the chambers come through, like you can start doing like 29, 30 hit combos. It gets crazy.
That's cool. Because I was a major Tekken 3 kid growing up.
Oh hell yeah, I love Tekken. Tekken was probably, although like, you know, there's always the love for Street Fighter because of, you know, like that was the first real big intro to like fighting games. But Tekken, like the smoothness, like it really did have like the fluid, cool, like kung fu style that you see in movies and shit. So it was so much more fun then.
I love Street Fighter and I love Mortal Kombat, but Tekken 3 was the first like fight that I got pretty obsessed with.
Yeah, you're like, oh, this is it.
It was that, and then Soul Calibur 2.
So who was your dude on Tekken?
In Tekken, it was always, I'm a Yoshimitsu guy.
Yeah, Yoshimitsu was hard, man. That dude, he put it down.
I like it. There's
like something I can do now, but I don't know how.
Oh
shit! Here we go. Fatality. Oh shit! Yeah,
that was dope. This has to be post Matrix.
Yeah,
because of that camera move.
That was dope. Just
so you run a studio, a home studio.
Yeah.
Record with
here we go.
We gotta pause for
a sec. I guess. Oh, goddamn. Basically, Dead Tibet Records is the name of the actual. I love meeting artists. I love having them come through. Usually, just try to make an organic vibe, like from the situation. So that way, as we start working together, we kind of understand, where each other are at, what we're trying to accomplish, and so. To me, that's a big important. Oh, did you do the story mode?
I figured we could do story mode, and then I could hear your story.
Cool. Yeah, that's perfect. That's perfect.
We could pass the controller.
Yeah, go for it, man. So like right now, I'm working with an artist, Marcus Ali. He goes by Young Ali. He's got, I think he's calling it 512 Degrees, his EP that, he recorded there. I'm doing the mixing and mastering on it right now. So, when he came through, like I said, I met him, I've been kind of watch people on social media, kind of see what trajectory that they're portraying of themselves. And, that's what I gravitate toward. So yeah, I take time, and I'm also working on a project, an EP that I'm actually writing and recording on with Alex Aggie.
Oh, I love Aggie. Man. He's been on the show.
Yeah? Okay, yeah. Cool. Well, dope. Shout out to my man Aggie.
Yeah.
We got 3 tracks under the belt already.
Nice.
We pretty much got 2 more. So he's writing right now. I'm waiting for another beat or 2. And then, I'm really excited about that one.
That's awesome. He's so talented.
He is.
used to blow me away at the AMX Cyphers every week.
So that's the main thing, is like really my long-term goal is to transition my current career into a music career, producing, writing, stuff like that. T-Dub too, he's a big influencer of me. So, every now and then I have conversations with him about, making just certain moves and stuff like that, because that dude is never hesitating to drop knowledge.
He's so giving with everything he knows.
He's the man, dude.
He's so giving and supportive of people. He's an awesome dude.
Yeah.
You mentioned you came up as a battle rapper.
Yeah, man. Early on, like as you see here, I've been into Wu-Tang, but back like 92, 93 era, 12, 13 years old is when a lot of like the freestyle on BET and MTV Rap City, BET and MTV, BET Rap City, MTV, all that kind of shit. And so like I really enjoyed freestyling in general, but then, I had started kind of seeing people battle each other, and I'm like, aha. So like 94 is when I really started ramping up, like I'm gonna start battling people.
Were you like going to battles and
yeah, so we would there, me and my peoples would just go to parties and stuff, and go to parties and stuff, and ciphers and battles would be happening, and so like man, we would just go to shut them down, and so
I used to do that.
I loved it
in high school and college. We used to go to parties, and if we'd find a cipher circle, we'd jump in. We broke up a few because people got mad at us. They were like, you didn't freestyle that. And we're like, no, we did.
We did. Yeah. Trust me, man. I get that all the time where people, especially at this point in life where I've been freestyling for longer than people have been alive. You know what I mean? Like, dude, trust me, the shit that I can produce on a whim sounds written in a lot of situations, and that's because I freestyle every single day. On the way to work, I'm playing instrumentals and freestyling.
That's my advice to people whenever they're like, how do you freestyle better? I'm like, listen to instrumentals in the car.
Exactly, and just don't stop.
All right, so what is parametrics?
Parametrics is basically it's understanding the relationships between things in order to utilize those relationships to, you know, work for each other. So I'll give you an example, because I'm a mechanical designer. So I design parts, you know, for flight simulators, but I reuse a lot of those parts. But not every flight simulator is the same, right? So I have to grow and shrink these parts. So instead of saying, you know, hey, I got to make a new one of these each time, I start estimating, like, okay, every time, you know, I can't have hole spaces bigger than 6 inches. So when I create this model, I say, as this grows and as these holes get farther apart, as soon as you see it break 6 inches, add another hole and start over.
Okay.
And so now I can grow and create an infinite amount of those. Well, it's the same thing with relationships in life. You understand parametrics in life. Well, you know, I might know you who does camera things, right? So I don't know camera things. I could choose to do it on my own, but it would take me a year to do something that could possibly take you 3 months. So I use my relationship to grow and utilize my efforts. So now I produce a lot more effort with, you know, a lot more output with a lot less input.
I like that.
Does that make sense?
Yeah, it does. I mean, I like the idea of, you know, it's like having a perfectly formed, it's like a superhero team. Everyone's got to have their special skill.
Exactly right.
But I've never heard that word before. I've never heard it put in engineering terms, and I really like that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And yeah, man. So, you know, it helps a lot, you know, and just understanding how to make things work out. And so, yeah, barometrics.
That's cool.
You know, just think about things on those levels.
Earlier you mentioned like that when you have a rapper over, have any artist over, you vibe with them for a bit, show them some of your stuff and see if they're digging it. And I'm wondering, you said see if they're into your vibe, and I'm wondering, what is your vibe? What are your influences? Because obviously Wu-Tang, 90s battle culture, what when you're working with an MC, what do you kind of show them that you can do first?
You know, ultimately, you know, nobody really ever empowers people to understand that they have the strength inside them to, like, climb out of a deep hole, you know what I mean? And it may take years. That's the other thing, is like, what people don't realize is, you know, when you want something to change, it doesn't happen overnight, you know? So even at work, when I say, hey, I'm going to change this thing of how we operate that we've been operating for 20 years, I need a year. I mean, that's realistically how the timeline of change in a culture works. And, you know, to understand, people think culture just as a mass of people living the same way. No, culture is how you operate, how you exist, your core principles and values. And so, you know, that's what I show them, you know, what I'm about. I'm a family man. I draw my experiences off, like I told you, my wife even, you know, she's my muse in a lot of my songs, because, you know, there's a progression that I try to include in my music of, you know, a young period in life, a period in life of where you're in turmoil or in chaos, or, you know, you're trying to make a decision, and then a finality in life where, you know, you've learned or you've grown, you know what I mean? And, you know, they don't all end good, because, like, real life, you know, as an older dude, there's always the fight, right? Oh, these young motherfuckers, they, you know, mumble rap, blah, blah, blah.
Right.
Like, come on, man, you know what I mean? Like, you know, think about how times shifted. We went through the same exact shit with our, you know, preceding hip hop.
It always happens.
I mean? And so it's like,
people have short memories with generational things.
Exactly.
Everyone assumes they're living in like the end times or something.
Yeah, I'm like, you know, man, look, dude, here's my statement. Don't everybody want to take it back. Nah, you want to progress. Yeah. Like, dude, yeah, I love the music. It was great, but we got to come to now. You know what I mean? We got to start reaching to audiences now. And if you're only focused on giving them old shit, then you'll never even allow yourself to progress to being able to do new shit. Yeah. And so, like, you're only holding yourself back, realistically. Yeah. So, you know, like, yeah, I've changed it up. Now I write hooks where I sing. Well, I don't sing because I sing horribly, but I bring people in, you know, trying to change it, like I told you, you know, understand how to write very complex, very simply, and like just draw people in, because that's what I want. That's what music for me is. Drawing people in, connecting with them, and then like, yeah, now we get it. You know what I mean? So
love it, dude.
What you think, man?
I love the game. Also, you heard it here. Positivity, and I love how you're able to take this whole like get up and fight and get your thing done, positive mentality, but put it through a battle lens. Yeah. That's very cool. Yeah. I loved the game. I loved what you had to say.
I appreciate it.
I really appreciate you coming on. Is there anything else you want to plug, dude? Man.
look, Dead to Bed Records, Axiom, look out for me, Facebook, Instagram, Axiomatic Lyrics, Twitter, also Axiomatic Lyrics. Mainly look for that. I want to shout out Marcus Ali. Keep an eye out for him. Young Ali, his EP will be dropping soon. And really, man, Austin Hip Hop, this guy here, like, yo, let's just keep it moving. I think we're on the cusp of really breaking like realistic ground as long as we quit bullshitting each other and like keep pushing each other forward. So that's the main message that I want to leave.
Fuck yeah. All those links are in the description below this video. Thank you, dude.
Thank you, man. I appreciate it.
Pugilists, ready, waiting in the quiet storm. World turns to chaos, riots become the norm. Staring out the window, blades slide across the west dome. Still be slicing throats even when I'm in the rest home. Test home, clear like you're talking on the best phone. The reason there's no peace, cause we can't